And like I said earlier, we're going to do the taser demonstration in conjunction with the field sobriety demonstration. We have Officer Wayne Christensen from the Peshtigo Police Department on the left, and Chief Ida Seletsky on the right, who is going to catch this party. The taser, basically what the taser does, it immobilizes subjects. The bigger you are, the more you get immobilized. There are a small percentage of people that it may not affect. However, we haven't run across any of them yet, fortunately. And what you're looking at is Chief Rival's going to hold it up for you. TX-26 taser. Every officer in the Marinette County Sheriff's Department carries one. The Marinette Police Department and Trivets, Peshtigo, they carry these tasers as another tool to gain compliance from subjects. In the left hand, he's holding the cartridge. You can get various lengths of taser cartridges. The standard that we have is 21 feet. That'll shoot 21 feet from where the officer is standing at an angle into the person that he's aiming it at. You can get them shorter, you can get them longer, you can get bigger tasers and smaller ones. They come in various different sizes. What he's going to show you now is an arc test. What he's going to do is activate it. And each officer that has that is supposed to do an arc test to make sure that the taser is operating correctly. And that is basically what runs through the wires and into the probes that's attached to the subject after he pulls the trigger. You can also do a dry stun if the cartridge would fail. You can remove the cartridge from the tip of the gun and put it onto an individual, and it would still apply the taser charge to the party. In the center field here by home plate is Trooper Bruce Conover from the Wisconsin State Patrol. He's going to be starting the field sobriety testing. First thing he's going to do, you have to have a reason to stop somebody in Wisconsin. We can't just pull you over for any reason. After you're stopped for a violation and the officer would suspect alcohol on that party, they would have him exit the vehicle and ask them to perform field sobriety tests. If he refused to do those tests several times, a couple times, you can be arrested just off of suspicion for that, and that's signs of intoxication. What you see him doing here now is a horizontal gaze and nystagmus test, and this is a series of movements from left to right. And what he's looking for is an involuntary jerking of the eye. A lot of times you see people practicing the walk and turn and the one-leg stand for whatever reason, and they become pretty efficient at them. However, the horizontal gaze and nystagmus, you cannot practice your eyes. You ever heard this saying, the eyes do not lie? And as he's moving his pen from left to right, the eyes are going to show clues. And he's all the way out to the left, the eye will jerk. Right now he's at a 45-degree angle, and if the eye jerks uncontrollably, that's a clue that he's looking for. He's also looking for if the eyes track smoothly. Sometimes people may be involved in crashes or other things. You want to make sure that their pupil sizes are the same, just to make sure that the subject is okay for that test. After that test, he'll remember what he had observed, and he's going to move into the next test, which is the walk and turn test. Each test is explained. What he's asking him right now is to stand in an instructional stance with his left foot on a line and his right foot directly in front of it, touching heel to toe. He's asking him that he wants him to walk down that line 9 times while touching heel to toe. And when he gets to the 9th step, he's going to do a complete circle and then take 9 heel to toe steps back down the line. Some of the things that you look for in this test is if they start the test early, and if they can't hold the instructional stance. As you're explaining the test, we want the people to stay in that instructional stance until we tell them to begin. As he's walking down the line, we're going to look if he touches heel to toe. If he stays on the line, how he does his turn at the end of 9 steps, whether or not he takes 9 steps. And then on the way back, he uses arms for balance, other things if they take an improper amount of steps. Those are all things that you would look for during that test. Obviously, he fell down, that would be a pretty good clue. And might be a reason why you'd want to stop the test. The third and final test that they would perform is called the one-leg stand. And this, again, he's going to explain the test for him and have him stand with his feet together and hands down to his side. while he tells him what he wants her to do. After he demonstrates, he's asking him to hold his foot approximately 6 inches off the ground while staring at the tip of his foot and counting 1001, 1002, 1003, and so on until he's told to stop. Some of the things that you're looking for in this test is whether or not, again, he sways, he uses his arms for balance, he sets his foot down, and if he stops without being told. He's doing pretty good. The final thing each officer would do is the portable breath test. We do not have the portable breath test here, but it would give us an indication whether or not that party is under the influence of alcohol or possibly another drug or prescription medication, which is also against the law. It's outside the legal limit. He's explaining to him now that, without seeing the test, I assume that he's under arrest.
I'm out here.
And what he's telling him is he's not going to be under arrest. He's walking away from the officer, and they're going to deploy the taser. And it goes through a 5-second cycle. And if you see, he stiffens up and gently falls to the ground. Obviously, if you were out in the field and you were resisting an officer, you're not going to have 2 officers there to help you fall to the ground. So you are going to fall to the ground immediately. As soon as your body tenses up and you lose control, your body's going to go right to the ground. Each one of these probes have kind of like a small fish hook on the end, and when they remove them from the back of the party, you can see the line on it. It's almost like a fish line that shoots out, and that's where the electricity goes through. Let's give them a hand for taking that. You see that?